Hello again, it's Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio Gallery, and that is an 18 by 24 inch canvas covered with Meeden, M-E-D-E-N paint that you can find on my Amazon link. The black is my favorite. I only really use the black and the white because I have so many other colors I like from folk art and golden and Peebo and all kinds of other places. So what I do have is a lot of spare bottles of blue. And what I've been noticing as I look at my inspiration photographs from like Instagram of all the pretty beach scapes and waterscapes is that I could probably just paint an entire canvas blue to start with and then add a piece of land, an island, an isthmus, whatever you want to call it, afterwards. So this basic white layer is just meant to help me have the blue that I add in a moment not stain the canvas in big stripy areas, which is wont to happen often. And as it is, having put the strings of white onto the canvas until it started to absorb where the paint was and sort of left a raised area. So I want to take a moment, and that's my stretcher bar running down the back of this. So as I do this, I'm going to have to lift the weight of my spatula, my OXO omelet turning flip and fold spatula, available on my Amazon link, best paint spreading tool I know of. I'm going to have to lift that or take the pressure off just a little bit. So I have some Arteza paint. I just want to spread it all over. I'm going to put a layer of Anita's White Metallic on here also. And use up my other colors. That will probably go a long way. I should even contemplate starting by spreading that around probably before I add any other colors. That way I can get rid of any lines. The heavier the paint base is, the less likely I am to make any discernible lines. I'm not even sure what most of these paint colors are going to be called. They don't have labels on the body, on the bottle. The body, yeah, on the body of the bottle. And I don't know how far I'll go, but so far it looks like a sky. I just need it to look a lot more like a potential sky and water. And I keep thinking the turquoise in at least one of my recent scapes was what made me think of this. Because as I'm watching the video back afterwards and the painting is upside down to you and me as I do it, and I'm watching, I'm like, that could be done upside down pretty easily actually. So let me grab this Arctic Blue, which is a really pale turquoise. And that is Arctic Blue from Arteza. And doing stuff like this gives me an opportunity to experiment with colors. People ask me where I get my colors. A lot of times my colors come from having done paintings and wiping off my spatula on my Lolafy silicone mat, which is catching all my drippage and all my wipage. Is that a word? It's probably not a word. It is now. See, you can still see that there's some strands left over from putting the color down. But the thing is, I didn't want to put a huge copious amount of paint on here and have to tip it, because that's going to cause me a big mess and a lot of waste. But if I have enough paint on and I slow my roll and I just keep passing the spatula back and forth, and that white is still serving my purpose as well. And the fact that there's some paint going over the edge is really good for me, because that means that's my first layer of edge cover. I'm not going to worry about that anymore. I am going to find my new turquoise, which is called Cobalt Blue from Artist Loft, strangely enough, and throw a little bit of purple in there, which I probably should not. And I'm kind of hoping that that's going to give me the ocean sky. I see that thing. come here thing. That ocean sky color in the striations that I want. And I don't mind the white coming through, but I definitely mind those objects popping up. While I still have a bunch of turquoise on the spatula, I am gonna attempt, what? I don't know. That went away. Attempt to cover my edge a little bit. Yeah, that sounds right. She's a space shot. So let's do this on this other side. I'm not sure how much of this you can see. I'm way over. I'm just going to turn this right around and go in the opposite direction, which I probably should have thought about first. I don't know if you guys heard that. That was courtesy of my husband. If you know what it was, let me know in the comments. It wasn't a fart. Let's see if I can grab this. Yeah, I'm kind of liking the idea of this working out. It would be nice if it would. It's basically all about getting the spatula as level as I can to the surface, and then a feather light touch as I pull it across. And if you don't want any marks left behind, you got to keep working at it until you get it. I want some Venetian blue in the middle. Why do I want some Venetian blue? Because the horizon line is often darker. My paint is heavy enough so that I can take a minute and rub the paint in that will cover the edge and come back again. Go back to swiping with my spatula, I hope. So really what I want, and what I can have, what I want is this. And then I'll put some blue in after. And I'll just put a little, right at this moment in my mind, I could put a little island right down the center of that patch, and it would look like a reflection. I don't actually want to do much of anything. I kind of like it, but everything's beautiful while it's wet, and it isn't necessarily as impressive when it dries. Although that cobalt blue metallic is metallic, so it does dry very nicely and shimmery. I'm trying to make sure that my edges get covered. A lot of times when I do scapes, I talk about the fact that you can't get the edges perfect if you're laying paint down with a spatula. It's very difficult. So in order to have the edges covered, you may want to have a frame. But I do the best I can to make that not a for sure thing. But I am allowed to use all of the paint that I've got left over on my spatula right along the edge. And then if I use my thumb and just push that tiny little bead of paint right up over, as long as you don't have too much paint crudted up on your fingers, which I often do, you can probably do a pretty decent job of it. My centers doesn't match, the edges don't match the center of the painting, but I could use a straw. I'm not sure how much I'm going to like that actually, because it does usually leave a mark. Well, I'm thinking that I'm kind of done for right now, other than the fact that I might want to pull out a few things, which may require me. It's hard to tell if it's selling up or if it's that was a something. And I need paint on my blade. And as the paint dries and it gets gloppy, you're going to pull marks in your canvas you don't want. As long as you've got a heavy layer, you can get away with it. After it starts to dry, you're done. So I'm going to call that stage 1. Because doing more to it right now will be very trepidatious for me. So this is, that was bad. This is Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio Gallery. Still finding stuff. Telling you guys, if you like what I do, please give me a thumbs up. When you share my videos, you help me out. That was a dog hair. I don't know what these are. They're going to make me spatula through again. My Amazon link has these stainless steel tweezers on it. I recommend them. I actually have 2 pair, and it's a good thing because I lose them fairly frequently. And okay, now I'm going to have to go back in there. I see how I am. But fortunately, I can get away with it still. I really don't want to push my envelope much further. That pink was the color shifting purple flash from Folk Art. And whatever flaws there are in this canvas are going to stay here for now. And hopefully my stage 2 will prove that I can put an island or a peninsula in the center between that pink. And it might be turned the other way around. I see that thing. Honestly, the water doesn't have to be this smooth. It could be a whole lot more rough, and it would be fine. Thank you guys for visiting. If you're looking for another video, you can always ask me. I have 20 lists of 100, over 2,000 videos, and they are separated and organized into topic and genre. I also have Pinterest, Instagram, Twitter links on my link tree. And below the video, you'll see spring clothing with my Oliver print leggings and Oliver print t-shirts and other cool stuff worth a peek. My email address is below the link tree. If should you be interested in purchasing an artwork, you might want to inquire there. And I also give classes at the house in Spring Hill, Florida. Same thing. Expressionist Art Studio Gallery Appreciation Group is a Facebook group, and it's on the link tree, and it's a great place for students and seeing tomorrow's video. Expressionist Art Studio Gallery totes and more will take you via Shop Now from Facebook to pixels.com Fine Art America. If you guys want to be included in the monthly drawing, there is a drawing every month. New exhibition video at the end, beginning, slash. And it shows you the prizes, which are usually paintings, and around the beginning of the year, sometimes a calendar and occasionally a book. But PayPal and Patreon contributors through are automatically included. You can find those icons on the bottom right-hand corner of my YouTube channel banner. And also the links will be on the link tree. If you have questions, please ask. If you need my paint pouring recipe, it's underneath, show more underneath the video, about halfway down, along with my cell activator recipe most times lately on more recent videos. So thank you guys for the wonderful comments. Thank you for the donations that help keep me painting. You know who you are, and you were awesome. You were totally awesome in May. I really, really appreciate you guys. You treat me like gold, and I really, really need all the help I can get, and you guys stepped up really well. I can't say thank you enough. If I've forgotten to tell you something, I'm not sure what it is. Oh, Le Gallerist, I have awesome investment clothing, dresses, and beautiful things from Montreal. And you can see that that's the top link on the link, yeah. That's the link tree. And the top link on the link tree is a blue link. It's the first one under the video. Yeah, I'm rambling on. I love you guys. Take care of each other. Take care of yourselves. Bye for now. This is going to be stage 1, and I'll see you soon. I post 7 days a week. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night at 10 p.m. and on weekend, and also on holidays occasionally another one. And I slide a few bonus ones in there too. I love you guys. Take care of each other. Bye for now. Whew. Priscilla out.